Good morning. We're gathered on the territory of signatories of Treaty 7, and I acknowledge the Métis people who share a deep connection with this land. And I'm Heather Sweet, the MLA for Edmonton Manning and the critic for agriculture, forestry, and rural economic development. And I'm also excited to be joined here today by Joe Ceci, our MLA for Calgary Buffalo. And I also want to thank Nicole and all the folks at Cross Iron Market for hosting us here today. Inflation is driving up prices for everything and making it harder and harder for families. Several years now, the two have been diverging. We need to know why that is. Consumers are paying high prices without knowing the breakdown of where their dollar is going. This is a disservice to both the consumer and the beef producer. We are very proud of our delicious Alberta beef. It's an important part of many families' diets, and it's an important part of the Alberta economy. But something is not working properly, and that's harming farmers and producers. We need to get to the bottom of it. We need the provincial and federal governments to bring their authority to bear on this problem. Thank you, and I'll take questions.
Okay, now questions in person.
Sir, Levi Donnelly with CTV. Why would you like the provincial and federal governments to investigate? Some producers would like an investigation, but to be led by industry.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, just why would you like the provincial and federal governments to investigate? Some producers would like an investigation, but to be led by industry.
So the importance behind this is that industry has tried to investigate this problem, and they're hitting roadblocks. So what we need to understand now is we need the provincial and the federal government to play that active role to ensure that those who are investigating, such as our producers, get the information that they need to do it. But in fairness, they're not investigators. The responsibility really should lie with the provincial and federal government.
And was the call for the investigation prompted by similar investigations like in the U.S.? And who will ultimately benefit from this investigation? Producers or consumers?
So the reason we're calling for this investigation is that, we all know one of the best things that Albertans love to do is have that barbecue in their backyard with their friends and their families. And they want to be able to have that local Alberta beef there. And right now they're worried about whether or not they can even buy it at the local grocery store. So we need to understand who's benefiting from this. Is it Albertans or is it the industry?
Okay, we'll now do questions on the line. First question goes to Adam McQuaig.
Afternoon. Thanks for taking my question. These calls have been going on for decades and usually they point a finger at packers. What can be done that's different than what's been done before?
Well, again, I think the question is we need the federal government and the provincial government to step up and take an active role in this investigation and tell us what's actually going on in the market. Ultimately, the provincial government needs to protect consumers, and they're not doing that. Inflation is high. Albertans are worried about paying their rent and paying for their utilities, and now they're worried about their grocery prices. It's time the province protects consumers and tells us what's really going on in the market.
Follow up there, Adam?
Don't you need a larger investigation, not just by the provinces and the federal government, but like a North American wide, just due to the integration of the beef industry between the U.S. and Canada?
Well, and I guess, I've been here for the week and I've been talking to our producers, obviously our Alberta beef producers and the Western stock growers. They're asking for this. They're asking for support from the province and the federal government to do this. And consumers need to know why it is that these prices are so high. This is about Albertans being able to have those backyard barbecues. That's what we want to be able to